Hey everybody, so I'm on day 13 of the carnivore diet and I wanted to give a couple of bit of updates as to my progress, how it's going, some thoughts that I have as I'm trying to do every few days here and putting it on the YouTube channel. One of my biggest takeaways so far, which I keep focusing in on, is not the actual goal of this for me, is the weight loss. So I don't know if it's a combination of water weight or just fat stored cells just starting to burn off, but as of this morning, down about 11 and a half pounds. I started right around 206, something like that. So I've dropped a good amount of weight, and the whole time, not in a fashion that I feel like I'm starving. On the contrary, I've had several days here where I'm not very hungry at all. I've tried to stick to the mode of if I'm hungry, then I eat, and I eat until I'm not hungry. So, and in a lot of cases, that's not a lot. I found, and I mentioned this in a prior video, I found that bone broth is very huge for me, whether it's beef or chicken bone broth, things along those lines. So I'm experimenting with that, and that's been pretty interesting. And that's definitely something, once I get beyond this, that I'll continue to incorporate into my typical diet and routine. So obviously with the weight loss, my clothes are fitting better. Some shirts that have started getting kind of tight around the midsection, things like that. That is starting to help. I did have another solid gym day this morning. It was a leg day, so I was kind of concerned about that. But same story. Energy's there. Weight is a little bit down, but that's fine. We'll build back up to that as we build a different kind of strength overall. So, my thoughts as of right now, it's day 13. I'm looking to do this for about 30 days, maybe longer. I'm not sure yet. But at the very least, after the 30 days, go back into the traditional keto, which I haven't done that either. I'm basically coming from scratch. I'm coming from bad habits all the way to carnivore diet, then possibly backing into keto. So energy-wise, I'm very good. Let me make a point on that. I've found that my energy level tends to just be moderated, right? So there's no valleys and peaks. It tends to just kind of plateau off and stay steady throughout the day. Even last night, it was election night here in the U.S., in which that's not even decided yet, but I stayed up late just to watch some coverage, and I found myself not really tired until my body was ready. I'm just trying to listen to my body on these things. So when my body tells me, hey, it's time to sleep, that's when the energy does shut off. But then when I wake up and get ready for the gym, it's back to that moderated level. I find that very interesting because in the past, I had a tough time sleeping. As of right now, as day 13, I'm noticing that my sleep pattern is pretty steady. I don't have an issue when I actually fall asleep, whereas in the past, I'd wake up a lot. I'd have a mismanaged sleep. I maybe didn't really hit the REM cycle too much. So my sleep overall is better. My energy level is steady. Obviously, weight loss, mental clarity is there. So I had a long day yesterday, even in my office. I was there till about 7 o'clock, just doing various things for clients. But my focus and my mental capacity was there the whole time. There wasn't just a drag at some point. You kind of have that midday, maybe 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock feeling, and you just, flatten out. I didn't really have that. So I'm noticing these different changes and these effects from this diet. So that I'm still learning. I'm kind of learning, and everyone's different. Everyone's body's going to be different, but you do definitely need to focus in on getting the proper fat in the diet, as well as your salt and some of these minerals and nutrients that you're going to be deficient in because you no longer have them coming by way of vegetables, things along those lines. So to me, it's important to make sure that you're getting the proper and healthy amount of fats, salts. I am a big advocate of the beef organs, not even beef, but just the animal organs. I do use the pill form, which that's in a prior video as well. Things along those lines help to supplement that. But I found it very interesting. There's weight loss. Obviously, clothes are fitting better. Energy level is very steady throughout the day. My sleep pattern is so much better right now. Mental clarity is, I guess I would say it's better as well. So overall, after 13 days, that's the way it's been going. And so we still have a long trek to go. I'm not even just about halfway through, not quite. So I'm very interested to see how that goes over the next 17 days. But at least this is my 13-day check-in with you all. How are you all doing? if you're following this or finding this video, comment below, because I'm always curious how people are going through this. Maybe you've done it for 60 days, 6 months, whatever it is. What are the things you're doing to continue on, or what are the biggest challenges you faced? For me, it's been social, as I mentioned in the last video. The Halloween setting, and then my son's, little gathering with his friends. The temptations tend to be hard, and you don't want to be viewed as, like I mentioned, a social pariah. So as of right now, that's my biggest problem, not problem, but that's my biggest, my toughest thing I've had to deal with. So what are you all dealing with? Something similar? The temptations of foods, whatever, friends, people giving you a hard time. But then also, I like food ideas too, because there's, obviously there's so many different ways to cook meat. But sometimes I'm just not thinking along those lines, and I get something quick, or I make something quick. But what are the things you're doing to last beyond the 30 days? I think anyone could do anything for 30 days, but if you go beyond that, I'm curious to hear what you all are doing too. So please feel free to share. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe below, or hit that bell icon. I think that's what the YouTube 101 always tells us to say at the beginning, but I forgot. No big deal. But I do appreciate any support if you're following, and any feedback. That's the biggest thing, because the feedback helps. It's the accountability. To me, the accountability on something like this is huge, whether it's your family, friends, or just the YouTube crowd. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching this, and we'll keep on updating as the month progresses. And this channel will just kind of expand beyond that, because it's not just working on the carnivore diet, it's working on me with my, my marriage, my family, health-wise, all these things. So I want to start incorporating that into what we're doing here. So thank you so much, and stay tuned for the next video, whenever that might be. Subscribe below. Thank you.